Hello and welcome to with me, Winner Android, speaking right off last time where I expanded north, taking over the rest of South America over here, and even pushed all the way over into Central America, taking over all of Mexico, and then crossed over the Atlantic and started taking over Africa as well. And yeah, this episode, I guess, take over the rest of the world. Not going to be exactly hard to do at this point with how strong I've gotten. So, yeah. Aggressive expansion is currently under 100, so need to get that over 100 so I can actually get a coalition formed against me. So I'll do that by going to war with them, who is actually currently at war with France right now. So I think I'd like to get this done quickly before they possibly lose to France or something. There we go. And that did get my aggressive expansion over 100 just like I wanted. Perfect. So, there we go. Now, to wait for the coalition, I guess. Though these peace treaties are still in effect here, so may not happen yet. Unless, like, France forms it or something. But, Prussia apparently has a coalition against them, right? Prussia got a coalition formed against them themselves, huh? Well, makes sense considering the ridiculous amount of expansion they've done. So, yeah. Not surprising in the slightest, to be honest. And there's that. Norway and Sweden are back as independent countries, along with Denmark and a bunch of other Germanic states. Oh god. This has become a bit of a mess again. It's like, why couldn't you guys have just let Prussia keep northern Germany completely at the very least? Come on. Seriously. Oh well. Still no coalitions formed against me though. So I'm assuming that I did have to wait for those peace treaties to end, but of course the time it took for that to happen was enough for aggressive expansion to go back under 100. So, yeah. United States is really screwing me with this, huh? They're allied with the two countries I was going to go after next. They really want to fight me, don't they? Honestly, sure. I'll fucking do it. Hell, since you're doing it, I'll go to war with you instead of them. Is this what you wanted, America? Huh? Is this what you wanted when you went and made these two countries your allies? And there we go. That is completely done. So, I guess I'll take over these two countries. I was originally just going to take over one of them, because that's all I would need to do in order to get a coalition to form against me. But I'll take over both of them, and punish the United States a bit over here. There we go. I think that's what I'll do there. Cut their access to the Pacific off by basically just taking over Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. I know the border isn't so perfect over here, but I think it just looks slightly better considering the overall border I currently have. Just want to try and make it kind of not too much, considering I think that's the actual border, and that kind of just makes it look a little bit weird, so don't take that province. So, there we go. Done with that. Great. And there we go. There's coalition. Suzu, once again, is the leader of this thing. Alright. Of course, I got all of them at war with me over there. France is war with me, along with Egypt. Okay. So I guess take more stuff off over here in Africa. Get all this land. And continue expansion over here currently. I think I'll ignore Egypt for right now and just focus on taking over a shitload of land off of them or something. Yeah, I think that's basically what I'm going to do. Not sure if I want to take land off the United States again though. Not sure about that. Because if I do, it's going to be me pushing all the way up to the Mississippi at that point. So, Almost got them dealt with. Just a little bit more left here to occupy and it's done. There we go. Nice. Okay, what are my troops currency doing? Not being that useful, that's for sure. Finish off South Africa here. There you go. Okay, France is almost fully occupied. Great. There we go. Now it's just Russia and United States and Canada that are not fully occupied here. Great. Honestly, this is kind of getting a bit annoying at this point. With how long it's taking my troops to finish this crap off. Jesus. If they could just finish off Russia, that'd be good enough, I think. Because the rest of it should be able to deal with pretty easily. Okay, there we go. Now the troops just need to finish off Canada. Okay. I think that is actually now officially everything done. Finally. God, that took forever. You are getting absolutely punished for that, so you are going to lose your entire fucking country now. Because fuck your bullshit and constantly retaking lands. Okay, so that's my main objectives for this peace deal here, I guess. If I'm going to do anything else, it's just going to be me taking more land off the United States, I guess. Which I could definitely do. There. Won't push all the way to the Mississippi yet. I'll let them keep that. But I'll be taking all that stuff. So there we go. That's much better, I think. Good. So, I guess next up at this point, when it comes to expansion, would be for me to possibly go after some Britain's vassals, maybe? Wait, how the hell did that happen? How the fuck did the British Raj get Northern Britain under their control? Huh? Oh. That's how. Britain has become the vassal of the British Raj. Well, okay. Complete role reversal there. Jesus. But yeah, I guess I'll kind of start to clean up some of these other small countries currently. Like dealing with this one right here, with its single province. So I guess, let's see. Britain still has 4 puppets. Well, one of them doesn't actually exist anymore. That's one of them. Bermuda's another. And then you got New South Wales over here. Yeah, so Britain only has 2 vassals left and 2 of them are just single provinces. Okay, in that case, Britain, say goodbye to these 2 vassals that you have out here still. The only other lands Britain has is Portugal. That's the only land they actually control directly at this point. Because the British Raj took everything else. God damn. Okay. Guess I could take over Portugal then. Why not? So, now, I guess I'm of course once again waiting for these peace treaties to end so another coalition can form. Great. I think when it comes to next coalition, taking over Egypt, probably taking over the rest of just finishing off Africa entirely, getting Spain and what France has there, which I guess means probably taking over the Iberian Peninsula off of Spain as well. France as well there. Yeah. If the British Raj is involved, I'll probably be taking all the little islands that they got off Britain And I'll probably give Britain their land back over here. But right now, I now need another coalition to form, so I had to get my aggressive expansion over 100 again. So, your currency at war with those two countries. Sure. Go to war with you. Take the Maldives. Which should help out quite a bit, I think, considering I'll make it where British Raj is guaranteed to be in the war, I guess. I'll go ahead and wipe out Afghanistan as well, because why not? There we go. Good. Now I just need a coalition. Okay. No coalitions forming. So, next country. Actually, go fight two countries, I think. Why do you have an alliance with fucking Egypt? There. We can go to war with that one. And get this area cleaned up on the Arabian Peninsula a bit. Come on. Why aren't you guys forming a coalition? Come on. Do it already. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering, should I go ahead and finish off the Americas? Because I could possibly do that, to be honest. Okay. Oh, America. Really? Okay. Spain and Canada. Boom. Does that mean I'm also at war with France and the United States? And I basically already have Canada fully occupied. Goddamn. Jesus. Getting France dealt with very quickly. And that's the United States done as well. Okay then. That's that done. Great. Take over Spain completely. And take a bunch of land off of America over here. There we go. And now for Canada, which will lose all of this land up here. And there we go. Get all that from Canada and all this from France. There we go. Good. Very nice. So, will anyone be willing to form a coalition now? Or are you just going to let me continue taking over more and more countries with basically no resistance? Because I'm pretty sure next up at this point is Egypt. And taking over the rest of Africa. Well, pretty clear. No one wants a goddamn coalition. So, that means I guess I will be going and dealing with this crap. Go to war with both of Egypt's vassals here that I honestly genuinely don't understand why they have. It's like that one there, sure, makes somewhat sense, I guess, considering they are kind of in the area, but that one there makes no sense whatsoever. Next, that's not, yeah. The other vassal they have is just, yeah, okay, got it. The other vassal doesn't exist anymore, but it's still listed for some reason. Okay. And that's done. Great. I guess I'll take over the entirety of Egypt. There we go. So, now, who's going to be next? I'm kind of thinking currently Persia. Go after Persia next. Yeah. There. Go and do that. Go to war with all three of those countries here so I can finish off the Iberian Peninsula completely. Arabian Peninsula. Which also means I'm at war with these countries up here and also the Chinese. But whatever. Okay. So, take over Persia completely. And these countries, I guess I'll take over just to wipe them off the map. And sell land afterwards. And of course, also go and do that for them. Right there. Okay. Well, that's done. Sold all that land. Decent amount of went to Russia, because I just felt like giving more land to either of them could have caused them to collapse or something. So, yeah. Well, so, at this point, I guess Tuscany, maybe? Or maybe not, considering they just did that. It made the borders a bit better, I think. I think I'll just kind of go to war with a bunch of countries over here in Europe, just to clean the borders up. And that's it. If this doesn't start a coalition, I don't know what will. There we fucking go. Finally. Took long enough. So, this coalition, I'll just finish off the Americas completely, I guess. Take all the islands off from the British Raj. Give Britain all that land back. I'll be taking that stuff off of Russia. I'll probably be taking over a bunch of this land over here as well. Off of Russia too. And I could also go over here, I guess, and take over the Dutch East Indies since they're at war with me. Allow me to start actually expanding in this area at the very least. Yeah. I lost 80% of my army apparently. Holy shit, I don't think that's ever happened before. Too many damn countries at war with me, I guess. Thankfully, I basically got an infinite or amount of troops that I can recruit. Unleash the Horde! Generally, I don't know how many troops that is, but I know it's a lot. Even with this massive army, I still actually have a fucking amazing income. Great. Now that is the British Raj completely occupied. Oh boy. Okay. Great. That's done. All that's left is this little bit that France managed to take back. And that's it. Yeah. Let's go through in the wars. Okay, there we go. Taking over all the Americas. Going and taking all that stuff, all the British Raj, give it back to Britain. Cleaning up Europe as much as I can there. So I will be keeping this stuff over here when it comes to Greece and this stuff in Turkey and things. Taking all that, and I'm also taking over the Dutch East Indies and all the lands they have over here. So, there we go. That is done. Now, let's go through and clean up these borders over here in Europe. Okay, there we go. All of that stuff has been sold. Good. Actually, wait, nope, I forgot to sell this land over here to Britain. Okay, there we go. Now, that's actually everything I took. Good. Alright, so I just went through and recruited a general for every single one of these armies I got now. And I now have 119 armies in total now, apparently. Okay, yeah. So, what do I do next for a war, huh? No, British, Russia, and China are at war with each other. Well, it's obvious who's going to win that. Considering British Russia is so much stronger than China is. Actually, Japan and Korea are at war with each other. Korea's on the side of... China's on the side of Korea, and the British Raj is on the side of Japan. Huh. Go to war with Newfoundlands there so I can actually completely get the Americas under my control. There we go. Now I'll go to war with Malta as well here. There we go. Austria and Prussia are now at war with each other. Alright. I'm pretty sure Austria is going to win that, considering they have this. They're stronger than Prussia, and they also have the support of Russia. Oh boy. Yep, there we go. Another coalition finally. This time it's the British Raj again. Great. So, literally just the rest of the world is at war with me, with the exception to Denmark. That country there. And also South Wales. And Hawaii, I guess. Okay, sure. So, I guess I'll start accelerating things. at this point to try and end this series. Okay, now my troops are actually taking more of the British Raj. Good. And the British Raj has been completely defeated. So now my troops are going out, dealing with the rest of the countries very quickly. Okay, basically everything in Asia has been completely finished, for the most part. That's good. And that is everything, I think. I'll just go ahead and end it there, I think. Because you got France, Tuscany, British Raj, and Korea just all trying to constantly take back lands. So just go ahead and end it there. So, obviously, I'm going to go and do this. And basically finish off a lot of this stuff out here. Mostly just so I can clean up the borders. Okay. So, taking over Tuscany, Switzerland, France, and Belgium over here. Taking over Hanover so I can sell that land to Prussia, who actually apparently won that war against Austria somehow. Also going and taking over all this stuff in Southeast Asia. Getting Philippines as well. Taking over Bhutan there to sell the British Raj just to reduce the amount of countries in the world. Now I kind of would like to also kind of take them over, but I'm not going to yet, at the very least. But I think I will go ahead and do this to Russia. Go and take all that from them as well. So there we go. Well, that is done. Now to sell the extra bits of lands I don't really want. Okay, there we go. So that's the extent of everything I actually took. And the coalition, not bad. To be honest, I think I may make the next coalition the final one, to be honest. I might do that. But next up, New South Wales. Wipe them out. Along with Hawaii. Over there. Considering they, together, control all the rest of the islands out here in the Pacific that I do not control. I guess I could go ahead and deal with stuff closer to Asia as well, while I'm at it. And that's actually a vessel. Hawaii. Okay. British Raj and China are at war with each other again. Because this time Japan has gone to war with China. After failing to take over Korea, apparently. Great. I have fully occupied Britain. Gotten all that. Okay. I think that's everything then. So go through, take all of the land, including Britain. 13 countries left in the world in total at this point. Great. There's another country over here. Okay. Gonna take them over as well then. Make that 12 countries left. There we go. Yeah. Got British Raj, Prussia, Russia, China, Austria, Japan, Korea, Sweden, that country, Norway, and Denmark. Okay. Nice. Peace treaties have ended. Will they form a coalition? Or will I have to fight more wars in order to do that? Looks like I'm going to have to fight more wars then. Okay. You know what? 6 wars. That's all I need. 6 wars to deal with all of them. Well, that's 3. That's another 3. That's half the countries already. Go to war with Russia. That's another 2. Now, all that's left is Austria, Japan, and Korea. There we go. Let's finish it. And that is Prussia completely occupied. Russia is very quickly following as well, along with China, Japan and Korea are already done. Austria's done. Yeah. Troops basically just need to finish off the secondary countries in these wars. That's the British Raj complete, and all those done as well. So that means I have literally the entire world fully under my control. And there we go. That is that complete. There we go. Good. So, yeah, got this series finished. Next up, I think I'm playing Juniper, which I think is over here in India on the 1440 scenario. I think that's what I'm doing next. But, yeah, that's the end of the series, of course, so that also means the end of the video. So, yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.